Alright, what's going on everyone? Matt here for the Matt Film Show, guys, and you can make sure thumbs up, subscribe, guys, like. Let's get right into this video. And then today I'm gonna be giving you guys my review on Wicked, or Wicked Part 1. This is a movie adaptation of the famous musical Broadway show of Wicked. This is a movie that I was very interested in. I did not know what this was about, what Wicked was. And at first, I did not even know this was part of the Wizard of Oz. This is story before Dorothy, so Dorothy is not around yet. It's before the events of Dorothy. And so I never knew that until I looked into the what this movie was about. I've seen billboards of the play, many places. A lot of places I have seen the Wicked play, and never really knew what that play was about, right? So I saw the trailers for Wicked, and this movie was huge. It's gonna be huge, right? I think it's gonna break a lot of records. I think this is gonna be a huge movie. And a lot of people talk about how great this play is, you know, how the play is and everything. And plays or theater or musicals, because this is a musical, is not necessarily my thing. Now, usually it is, you know me, because I love Disney, and majority of every Disney movie or animated film is all musicals, and I love all that. But I'm not that big on musicals, like a huge musical fan. And so I did not know what to expect from Wicked. So I saw the trailers for Wicked, and I was very, very invested in this movie because of the trailers. And I wanted to give this movie a try, a shot, right? This movie that is one movie split into two parts. This is part one. The next year in 2025 will be part two, which will be a continuation from this movie. And so yeah, so that story how I learned about Wicked and about the Wizard of Oz. So I'm gonna give you guys the premise, the cast, and what do I think about the movie. The premise is the citizens of Land of Oz are celebrating the death of the Wicked Witch of the West. Glinda and the Good then appears to tell the Wicked Witch's backstory. Her mother had an affair with a traveling salesman, while her father, the governor of Monkenland, hope I'm pronouncing it right, was away. She gave birth to a daughter with green skin. Her father rejected at birth, cursing her to have a troubled childhood. No one mourns the wicked when a man asks Glinda if it's true that she is Alphaba's friend. Glinda begins to reminisce about the past. So the cast stars Cynthia Erivo as Alphaba, Ariana Grande as Glinda, Jeff Goldblum as the wonderful Wizard of Oz, Michelle Yeoh as Madame Marable, and Peter Dinklage as the voice as Dr. Dimmerland. Now, everybody in this movie did an amazing job. You know what I mean? I think Cynthia Erivo, who played Alphaba, which is the Green Witch, she did an amazing job. Ariana Grande did a great job. Jeff Goldblum did an amazing job. Michelle Yeoh did an amazing job. This is a movie that surprised me. This is not targeted towards me. I am not the targeted audience for Wicked. And I'm happy that I gave this movie a chance, because there was a part of me that I wasn't, because I'm not that big on musicals. And a part of me wanted to watch it because I was interested through the trailers. And I'm happy that I did, because I loved Wicked. And it's kind of weird for me saying this, because I'm not into musicals, right? I'm not that big into musicals, but I loved this movie. So, you know, I don't think This is a very different one because it's before Dorothy and obviously the 1939 Wizard of Oz movie. Um, you know what I mean? And then the Disney one, um, Oz the Great and Powerful, which wasn't great with James Franco who played Oz. I was think this one is played by Jeff Goldblum. Uh, so it's very, very different, right? Um, I can't compare it to the 1939 because I don't really think if I've seen or not, but I've seen Oz the Great and Powerful, the one released from Disney, and these two are very, very different. Um, like I said, earlier, this is before Dorothy. Dorothy is not around yet, and um, this was a very fun, entertaining film or musical, whatever you want to call it. Um, I loved this movie from beginning to end. I think the effects or whatever was practical effects. I don't think they didn't use visual effects. I think it's practical effects. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they did an amazing job. The director of this movie is I'm not too sure who was the director of this movie. Um, not too sure who directed this movie. Um, John M. Chu. Okay, John M. Chu. He did this movie. He did a fantastically amazing job with Wicked. I am surprised at how much I loved this movie from beginning to end. And you guys know me. Like I said, I'm not that big on musicals, but I loved every song that they played and that they sang in this movie. Um, it was amazingly well done, perfectly casted. You know what I mean? Um, I never, there's a lot of singers and rappers that are in movies that don't do a very good job, right? But I have to say here that Ariana Grande did an amazing job as Glinda. She did a great job. Sita Rivia, who played the Wicked Witch, did an amazing job as well. Every cast was perfectly casted. And I just loved this movie beginning to end. I cannot wait for part two next year because this is one movie split into two parts. Remember that. And I was just so happy how beautiful the movie was made with the practical effects. It was well done. You know what I mean? And um, like say, and the more I think about this movie, because this movie was announced in 2012, 12 years ago, they announced that they were making a movie adaptation of the musical of Wicked. And 12 years later, it's finally out, right? Um, they this movie is done well perfectly. This is a perfectly well made movie from beginning to end. Um, I think that the a lot of scenes. I enjoyed every scene in this movie. I enjoyed every scene in this movie. I enjoyed every character, every actor and actress. I enjoyed all the musical elements. I did not know any of the songs, but I enjoyed all the music. I enjoyed all the songs. Um, I I am this is a movie that mind blowing to me, that blew my mind, that surprised me because I was not the target audience. Like I said, this is not a movie targeted towards me, right? And I have Dune Part 2 as my favorite movie of this year so far, right? And we're like almost into 2024, and Dune Part 2 is my favorite movie of this year. And I have to say, it's might come surprising towards me, but Wicked is my favorite movie of this year. I think Wicked has beat Dune Part 2 is my favorite movie of this year because I loved everything about this movie. You know what I mean? Uh, and I loved the cast, the characters, the 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 settings, the places, Oz. You know, going into the going to go when they go visit Oz. You know, what I mean, Jeff Goldblum's character. It's just was so well made, done, and a lot of people said this movie is gonna be big, and after watching this, it is gonna be big. I think this is gonna be big, and I never thought that. At first, I did not think that this is gonna be $1 billion movie because I was like, no, there's no way. Then there's no way The Wicked will be $1 billion movie. It's gonna be $1 billion movie, 100%. I will tell you right now that this is gonna be a movie that it's gonna surprise everybody. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people out there don't think that this movie will be $1 billion movie. It is. Trust me. Or it's not going to, if it does not hit a billion, it'll be close to a billion. Um, right now, Inside Out is the top highest grossing film of all time of this year so far. I think with 1.6 or $1.5 billion. I think Wicked might beat it or might get close to it. That's how good this movie is. Uh, it might be close to Inside Out. I think second to Inside Out will be is Deadpool Wolverine. I think Deadpool Wolverine made like 1.3 billion or 1.2. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember what other movie was close to that, but Wicked is gonna be close to that. I could guarantee that. Um, I'm so excited for part two, man. You know what I mean? Never think that I would say this, but I'm very excited for part two. Comes out next year. Uh, I think it has a release date of yeah, it has the release date of November. November of 2025. So a year from a year from today, or a year from now, is when Wicked Part Two comes out. It's directed by, I don't know if I said the director's name, but um, the director is never heard of him until now. He is directed by John M. Chu. Never heard of him. He has made movies. Of he was the one who was responsible uh, for Crazy Rich Asians, In the Heights, Now You See Me, Step Up, G.I. Joe Retaliation. Um, yeah, not great. You know what I mean? Not great catalog that he has there. You know what I mean? Not great films. I think In the Heights, another musical, I think that was well received. I think Crazy Rich Asians was well received. I think the Step Up movies were well received. He did a Justin Bieber concert movie. The G.I. Joe Retaliation wasn't well received. So he has a lot of hits, a lot of misses, maybe a lot of hits. And obviously Wicked, another hit for him. Uh, so yeah, I loved the Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's relationship in the movie. I think they were perfectly casted. Even the practical effects were done very well. Painted green. I do not know if they actually painted Cynthia Erivo green or what, but I thought she looked amazing. At first when I saw the trailer, I didn't think that effects were great because I didn't think that they were practical. But I think that she looked great in the movie. The effects were great, beautiful, stunning. Wizard of the World of Oz, whatever it's called, visually stunning. Great visuals. Cinder Ariel, the green on her looked amazing. Um, there was another standout that I would like to talk about. Michelle Yeoh was amazing. Obviously, she got Oscar for Everything Everywhere at Once. She was great in that one. She's great in here as well. I think this is a movie that's gonna win a lot of Oscars. This is gonna win a lot of Oscars. Maybe best visual effects, maybe best adapted screenplay, maybe best supporting actress or actor, maybe 100%. I could see that happening. But I could see this one, maybe in best director, maybe I don't know. Um, I just love this movie so much. Um, but I do believe that this is gonna win a lot of rewards, and I do think that this is gonna be a big movie, and I do think it might get $1 billion or might get close to $1 billion. Um, it's that great. You should go watch this movie. You're gonna love this movie. I'm very excited for part two. Never thought I would say this, but I am very excited for part two of Wicked. Next year, I have to wait until one more year. So, like I said, one movie split into two parts. Um, they have done that a lot in other movies. Um, I love this movie. My favorite movie of this year. I don't think there's not going to be another movie that will surpass Wicked. There is Moana coming out again next week or this coming week. Very excited to watch Moana 2. I love the first one. Very excited to watch that one. I'm hopefully it's great. I hope it's great. But I don't think it's not going to get close to it. I think Moana would be a $1 billion movie. I think, or it might have competition. I don't know. I think this one. I think Wicked might get $1 billion. I 100% can guarantee that Moana will be a $1 billion movie. Mufasa, the Lion King, the first Lion King made over $1.5 billion. Might get billion, might not. I do not know. Sonic might not get a lot of money. They don't. It's well received, but it's not a huge amount of money. But yeah, I do think that this is going to be one of the next movies that might get close to that mark after watching this movie. I love this movie so much. My favorite movie of this year. The cast, the director, John M. Chu, did an amazing job with this movie. Congratulations to Universal and everybody who worked on Wicked. 12 years in the making. You guys did an amazing job with this one. Ariana Grande, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yeoh, Peter Dinklage, Cynthia Erivo. Amazing cast, perfectly casted. Everybody was great. The singing was on on point. I love the singing. They all did an amazing job. Amazing voices from all the cast. This is a well-made movie. I love this movie so much. My favorite movie of this year so far. So congratulations to everybody who worked, who put on the heart and soul to make this movie, because you guys deserve every love from this movie, because you guys did an amazing job. Well-made, perfectly well-made movie. This is a perfectly well-made movie. I love this movie so much. My favorite movie of this year so far. It might be my favorite movie of this year so far, because I don't think these other movies will beat it. This be Dune Part 2 is my favorite movie of this year. Never thought I would say it would be my favorite movie, but it was. I'm very excited. I can't wait for Part 2. I wish I could watch Part 2 right now. You know what I mean? I wish they were able to watch Part 2 right away, but unfortunately you have to wait till next year. It's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be worth the wait. But yeah, this is my review for Wicked Part 1. Make sure you guys go watch it. You're going to love it. Enjoy this movie. And surprise me. It might surprise you. Like I said, this isn't dedicated towards my audience. I'm not one of those people who go out there and watch. There's a musical. I'm going to go watch this musical. The musicals, to me, I'm not that big on musicals. Not my audience for it. but I wanted to go check that out. I wanted to go check Wicked out because of the trailers, and I'm happy that I did because I loved this movie. Um, there's so much I want to talk about this movie. There's just so much love I want to spread out this movie. I congratulate all the cast. I congratulate the director. Congratulate the writers, Universal Pictures, for making this movie. Um, a win for Universal. A win for everybody. All the hard work in this one. They deserve every love, hard work, the dedication that they put into this. I'm very happy about this. Yeah, I mean, might be the highest grossing movie of this year. Instead, I made over 1.4, $1.5 billion this year so far. 1.6, I would say. 1.6, I believe. Might get close. I actually believe that it might be close. And my favorite movie of this year so far. But that's my review for Wicked. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Wicked Part 1. Like I said, it's a one movie split into two parts. If you guys need, you can make sure to subscribe, guys, like, and thank you guys so much for guys' support. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.